Hey, Jono here, thank you for joining me for the Hunter Call of the Wild. It's been a little while since the last new game video, but I've decided I've got two missions left in Leighton Lake. As you can see, Verley's number 10's sort of in the corner of the screen. I'm having no luck with Coyote there at the moment, despite having a need zone. They're just not appearing at that point. I'm going to try a couple other tactics, but yeah, I've been busy with Way of the Hunter, and I haven't really been giving this the attention it deserves. So I thought, well, you know what, screw it. I'm going to actually move forward. I really wanted to complete Leighton Lake completely, but I've decided to move on to Hirschfelden. So we're going to do that. So you might be a little confused if you just jumped in because this is episode 1 of a new game, but as you can see, I'm level 35. This is just because if you haven't been watching the earlier videos, we're now moving on. So let's get to Hirschfelden. I'll never pronounce it correctly. I've got trepidation about this reserve, I guess. There's a lot of missions that are just not working properly, or they take way more effort to complete them than they should. I definitely do not like this reserve based on that. It's a silly reason, but it's kind of...
Hi, I heard you'd finally arrived. Welcome to Central Europe.
It's left a sour
I'm
taste
Conni,
in
the
my
Village
mouth.
Teacher of Hirschfelden.
Hopefully
Reserve
that's not
warden,
quieting
that
down.
is.
I'm turning down
I'm
my
here to make sure
headphones.
that your time here will be
Yeah, that was just like
unforgettable.
screaming in my head.
Hirschfelden is
Well,
one of the
Connie will be
oldest
doing a lot
hunting
of talking.
reserves in
Let's
Europe,
wait
and we
her
host
out
a
and then we
diverse
can...
population of the most
can
popular
talk.
big game for all hunting tastes. It's also the most beautiful place on Earth. No, I'm not biased at all.
Alright, you're going to start talking lots, though,
Go
aren't
ahead
you?
and have a look around. I can't wait for you to experience all the beauty of Hirschfelden's fields and forests.
Yeah, God, maybe do
Why
something
don't you
to
see if you can
settings.
find an
It's
animal
real
tribe
loud.
nearby?
Maybe I will. As you can see, I'm already kitted out with everything. There should be an animal nearby, I believe. We'll move carefully. I know with Leighton Lake they did the same thing. They just set up a deer just nearby. Yep. God, part of me's like, I haven't played for so long, I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, they are class 3, aren't they? Yes. Yes, I'm pretty sure of that, which is why I brought along this one. You stay right there. God, I haven't played for ages. My, I'm out of practice. So yes, we're calling this episode 1 because I didn't really want to carry on with episode number like 47 or whatever I'm up to. At some point I will go back and finish those last 2 missions in Leighton, and we'll just have that as the lost episode or whatever. The plan is to do this, reserve Medved and Vihonga, and that will be that. I'm not going to do the other reserves. Okay, so, first of all, locate a track. Harvest an animal. And we started off with a nice heart shot. God, how do you... There we go. Gosh, I don't know why. I'm just really, really out of touch with this. I have been doing some hunting, just not recording.
If you want to get your bearings, there are lookout points spread out all over the reserve.
Mission complete. But yes, this reserve, a lot of the ones involving Bondorf Canyon are a huge nightmare, and unfortunately there's about 3, so if you're watching this and you haven't started this reserve, or, you know, you're playing to start and for whatever reason you're watching this, first, thank you for watching. Second, I would say any mission involving Red Deer and Bondorf Canyon, do not kill and harvest any red deer in that area unless the mission specifically says to. If things haven't changed, that area is barren of red deer. Despite it being known as Red Deer Canyon, it actually has very, very few red deer in there. And there is, I think, 3 missions in that area, and the annoying thing is they're all relatively easy. One's like spot 3 like tracks or something like that. One spot a red deer and hear it call and something like that. One's taking photos, take a photo of a red deer in that area. But for whatever reason,
Quite
even
a view,
before I
isn't it?
started playing
From
this
here, you
game,
can see a lot of great hunting
it's
opportunities
just
in the nearby area.
barren. Like,
Rottenfeld is a favorite
apparently
region for a lot
they
of hunters. The
did
fallow
a,
deer is such a classic animal to hunt. But
I
we
guess we're
also
heading
get a lot
here.
of history buffs here. To the south lies the Hirschdorf Hügelgrab, a grave mound dating back to the Bronze Age.
I'm guessing. Well,
Be
not
sure
I'm
to
guessing,
stop
sorry.
by one of the outposts.
Apparently what happened
They're
is
essentially base
the
camps.
devs at some point did a patch, and the devs being the devs managed to completely mess up the animals. They get stuck in terrain. I made a video of a potential fix, but in all honesty,
Hunting roe deer?
I do
They're
not
not the
know
most difficult to hunt,
if
but
it
keep in mind
works
their
still.
excellent senses of smell and hearing.
According to someone's comments, the devs were actually referring people to that video to get around the issue. But that was, you know, a while ago, and things change. You can't tell now because this is a new reserve, but the need zones will have been reset and that for everyone. You can see that I'm doing some Way of the Hunter kind of stuff. I'm used to just tapping the L2 to bring up looking through. You know, you have to hold that down. I think there's a setting where you can turn it off and on, but I'll just leave it. But I don't know why today. Like I said, I did a little bit of hunting. Every now and then I just hunt for a little bit on my main game, just in the hopes of getting a diamond or something interesting for a highlights reel, which I started in July. If you have not seen them, go check them out, please. They're only like, 5 or 6 hunts, but they're my picks of the month. I'm debating adding Way of the Hunter into there as well. If you, sorry, I'm not going to read that. You can let me know in the comments if you would like that. There won't be that many, I don't think, but I've already got 2 that I would potentially put in for September's highlight video. I just wasn't sure whether to keep it completely separate. I'm not going to have 2 highlight videos, but I just wasn't sure. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'll go from there. But Way of the Hunter, if you haven't been playing it, it's an interesting game. What the hell am I doing? I think there's going to be a lot of mixed reviews on it, and to be honest, a huge part of it will be how much you've been playing this game. If you haven't played this game at all, obviously Way of the Hunter is going to be kind of different. I will say Way of the Hunter is more difficult. There's a shed there, we'll grab that after completing this. Way of the Hunter to me is definitely much more difficult, and part of that is because I'm so ingrained into how
Cozy,
this
right?
game works
Outposts are
that
great for stocking
I
up
can't
or just taking a break.
shake the way this game works. I want to wait for this to go.
Oh you found a shed. I remember finding a big deer antler.
They
for
don't
the
do
first
sheds
time
in
as a
any of the
kid.
other reserves,
It
do
felt like I
they?
had dug up some real treasure. I still have it at home.
Medved has the ones, the collectibles for a trophy. But that's really it.
Hi there. I've got a bit of an unusual question. I hope you don't mind. If you want a neat challenge to pass the time when not hunting,
Okay, well,
many
we're
of
here
the
already.
animals are shedding their antlers this time of year.
The hell's that?
They're still tricky to find, of course, but I guess that's why people like to collect them.
Is that the
I
new
think I
lookout?
mentioned Gerlinda,
No?
right?
Is
Well,
that?
here's the thing. She's writing a book about fallow deer.
The hell is that? A target?
She's got a small
thing?
obsession for fallow deer. Anyhow,
That's
she's
weird.
missing some pictures for her book and was looking for someone to help out. It's a bit specific.
Strange.
I remember hearing that you're quite the
The wind's not
photographer
going in the
yourself,
best
so
direction, but
I thought I'd pass along her offer.
head towards one of the
She's looking for a
fields.
picture of a fallow deer taken in Rattenfeld. She'll pay quite well for it, so it may be worth the effort.
Yeah.
If you were looking to help out Gerlinda with that picture, you're in the right place. You're in Rattenfeld.
Yeah. Well, can you shut up now so I can get on with it? Yeah, Way of the Hunter. I've looked at a few reviews. Some people seem to absolutely hate it. It's relentlessly difficult in some ways. Other people love it and think it's way
Gerlinda
better
is lovely,
than...
but here's a friendly tip. Don't ask her about fallow deer unless you mean it. She will not
Is that
stop.
186 to
It's
240
beyond obsession
mass
at this
weight?
point. On the other hand, there's no one better for hunting tips when it comes to fallows. Oh, and her venison stew is out
Yeah,
of
is
this
that
world.
mass weight?
Makes me
180?
hungry just thinking about it.
You know, I've got a
Wild boar
spreadsheet.
are especially
of,
active at night, which is just one of the reasons they're
all
difficult
the
to hunt.
animals.
They're really tough.
And I'm waiting for her to
get
shut up.
aggressive, so keep your distance.
Okay. Yeah, 186 to 240. That's max weight. Let's go looking for that. I need to actually update. I've got the info for a different reserve. So yeah, let's just see if I can get any luck with this. Because I've never had a diamond in Hirschfelden. Old. Just in the wild. A natural diamond, so... Then again, I kind of focus solely on missions and... never looked back once I got done. I've barely played this reserve. Because as I said earlier, like, the whole having to deal with red deer and everything like that, like, it just really put me off this reserve. I didn't like it at all. I also found, when I played through... Oops. I was meant to do that. So I've probably spooked it. I can't hear it. Be nice to see how big it is. Yeah, finally getting back on track. Way of the Hunter. Yeah, some people just sort of seem to find you move at, you know, a glacial speed. Animals can be super alert to you. Yeah, you're tiny. You're not even worth looking at. But you are possibly worth shooting. Hold still, please. Thank you. I didn't want to lose the tracks for the pig, which maybe I have. Maybe I have. Where I'm sure I saw one over here. Oh fuck it, we might forget that boar, especially because there's... Oh, they do have rabbits. They added them And I'm sure I had that last time I was here, which was ages ago. Yeah, I see it has, even though I didn't spot it, it's marked them down. Oops. Yep, cool. Yeah, just a little one. So now I have to try and find my ball tracks. Now that I know that they're like, just not showing. They're over here somewhere. See if we can catch up to them. Only because of his weight. Or I might abandon it because I want to focus on missions. Just see, because it's also going in a bad direction, but yeah. Attempt number 37 at talking about Way of the Hunter. Oh, he's running. Oh, he's doubled over. Never mind, never mind. I want to head basically west. I've found at times Way of the Hunter to be a bit frustrating. There's just a lot of elements that I don't actually like fully understand yet. Admittedly, I haven't done any hard out research into the game, so I am probably playing it in a, I'll say, more crude fashion than what it's intended. But the biggest thing is, yeah, you move incredibly slowly. And that can be the biggest frustration. I'm used to basically doing what I'm doing here. Running around, hearing an animal, and then deciding based on, like, you know, that's a female, so I don't care, because, well, it's a roe deer, we don't need it for the mission. It's for a fallow deer, isn't it? Yep. We don't need it for the mission. It's a female, it's not going to be a diamond or anything like that, so just keep running. But Call of the Way of the Hunter doesn't really give you that luxury. So many animals. I'm gonna shoot you. So many animals. No, don't move. Ah, you. Yeah, I know. No, you stupid thing. So many animals will give you no indication that they're anywhere nearby until you've spooked them and they flee. And it's not always the case. It's definitely not always the case. But yeah, it can be incredibly frustrating. Just a little bit up. Before they start walking, I knew they were going to do that. I was so determined to get a real nice heart shot. Probably just a double lung. Yeah, I just find there'll be so many occasions where you'll be... Why am I playing so weirdly today? Oh, did hit the heart. 3 heart shots in a row, nice. But I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. It is so weird that I'm doing that. See, I'm trying to reload and I'm pressing the wrong button. I don't know why. Like I keep saying, like, it's not that I haven't been hunting in this game at all since Way of the Hunter came out. This is the first new game recording I've done, so I don't know why I'm just totally playing like an idiot. Maybe I'm just not used to yabbering on. Okay, and it just says fallow deer. It didn't say male or female. Because I assumed they'd be feeding at this sort of time. It's a male. But yeah, I find Way of the Hunter, like, you know, you have to kind of go everywhere crouched like this. And even crouched, compared to this speed, Way of the Hunter is much slower speed than this. So you end up, it's almost like a meme of, you know, You crouch walk for like 30 minutes, no signs of an animal. The second you stand up and take 2 steps, oh, you spooked them all. They were right there, like, and you spooked them all and they're gone. It seems to happen like that sometimes. And I don't want to hear any of the, like, get good kind of nonsense and shit like that. It's just hard when you're used to this style of play. And this I can just, like... I mean, it doesn't always work. Sometimes, like, you don't realise that something's nearby and you spook it and it runs off. And it's like, well, you were running, so, you know, that is on you. But see, something like that, a warning call. Now I know there's something in this area. If it was what I'm looking for, I would slow right down and try and get into a better position. Based on the wind and that, it would be pretty hard for that one. So I'm basically just heading south now. I'm heading right in towards whatever this is. I can't remember exactly what time fallow deer feeds, so I don't know if it's actually too early. So it's just things like that are just frustrating. I mean, and then some of it seems to be RNG. There's a whole aspect of fitness regarding an animal's trophy score, I guess you'd call it. But you have no idea what it is until you... You have no idea what it is until you actually harvest the animal. From what I could see online, there was this sort of element of there's a trophy, there's like a star rating from 1 to 5. That's for animals with like antlers, whatever, like your natural trophy. But the higher the higher the star, the higher the fitness. But I found, unless it's saying that they're meant to be fixing, let's just go. Promise I really don't want to be going east, but may just have to. But yeah, so I had a mission where you had to harvest 5 mule deer with a fitness of 40% or under, and they had to be either adult or mature. You couldn't harvest young ones, and that took me, I don't know how many mule deer I harvested for that mission before I finally completed it. Oh. Why am I doing that?
I think you need to get a bit closer for a clearer picture.
I think you need to be right on top of it. Are you kidding me?
I just received the picture.
Is that close enough?
Beautiful.
Is that close enough?
I'm sure Gerlinda will love this.
Jesus Christ.
Everything you see now is part of the reserve.
This game and its
but the land
photos.
itself is actually privately owned by the Sommer family. The current head of the family is Robert Sommer, and he's very supportive of the hunting reserve. Well, as long as it doesn't get in his way.
Alright, what missions?
You see, the Sommer family business has an agricultural arm, which include the grain and corn fields.
Find 5 tracks
spread
from the
throughout
same
half
fallow
of the
deer.
reserve.
Alright.
Unfortunately, fallow deer love corn, and they've dug into the Petershain fields
Where's
recently.
that on the map?
Sommer usually turns to Gerlinda to keep the fallows off his fields, but she's
really
been
way
bogged
up
down
there.
with the book
Okay.
lately. If you feel like hunting some fallow deer in Petershain, Sommer will make it worth your while.
Alright, well this will be nice and easy. I'm just gonna crawl along. So yeah, I don't know how many mule deer I had to harvest to get it to the 5 at 40%. And that's the thing, like, based on the information where they were like, okay, so it's... I'm not going to worry about that. I need to work out where the hell this female went. Ironically, probably better to just look at, like, many of these tracks. The third one. And yeah, that's what was really frustrating about that mission, because you'd spend so long It's just one of those things, and it happens in this game too, where sometimes you start it up and there's just no signs of anything for ages, and other times you're just tripping over the animals. It's really, really hard to tell. Come on, goddammit, where did you... Which way did you go? I'm guessing you went this way. Ah, yep. Yeah, so you'd sometimes start the game up and you would spend ages crawling along. Oops, I wanted to crouch, but you decided to come up with that. Oh, really? Okay. 2 different fallow deer. Same one though. To be expected. Let's see if I can see you. Where are you, Mr. Fallow Deer? In fact... Yeah, it's been ages, like, crawling along, looking for mule deer. You'd finally find some that you haven't spooked because they heard you, even though you were going super quietly and slowly. You look at the whole pack of them, and there's like one that's an adult or mature. And then like... Okay, well... Are you the one that's been giving me warnings? Where the hell are you? I'm not in a good spot at all. You're just a female. Will you give out a warning? You're about to flee. Yeah. So close. Okay. Well, we'll carry on. I might spook another one. Or we just run blindly forward. Yeah, you find a pack and of mule deer, and there's one that meets the requirements in that... Oh, balls. My balls. One that meets the, like, potential, you know, you're like, oh, it's 1 star, it's male. You're a roe deer, aren't you? Alright, I don't know where you're theming. Yeah. One in the lot that meets your requirements as a potential, because it's 1 star, and that's what you're focusing on, because the lower the star, the lower the fitness. So you've got your 1 star, and you're like, okay, I thought I saw the call thing. I like a little, you know, those lines. And in the game too, it seems like the animals have this, like, 6th sense that they know when you're going to, like, actually try and hunt one, and which one you're going to hunt, and they will, it'll always be that one that you're trying to target that you can't get a clear shot of. And because the thing too is when they're like feeding or drinking, they don't do like in this game where they basically stand on the spot just drinking or just eating. They constantly move, which is, I'm not complaining about. It's one of the things they went for ultra realism, and that's, you know, what animals do. But the amount of times you will like get into a position where you're like, oh, a clear shot at this animal. Oh no, it's moved. It's moved. I can't spot 3 different fallow deer. Okay. Oh, Jager's pumping out the easy ones for now. Yeah, they'll just move, like, as soon as you've got a clear shot, they'll move so that they don't. They'll run across the field. All the others will be standing still, and the one you're after will run, like, 20 meters into, like, a dense bush. Or there'll be just you in a tree, but it won't be like this where it's nice and open. There'll just be this tiny little gap, and that's when your target will decide, I'm going to stand just dead still in this spot and not move until it decides to move, and it moves like 10 meters into a dense bush. So sometimes it can take forever to get a clear shot, and you finally get it. Then you got to track the animal down, which can be surprisingly difficult sometimes. Like, you really want just a really well-placed shot, because it's not like this game. The tracking, especially in, like, I find if, like, the tracks go into, like, direct sunlight, like, almost like this, they become nearly, like, invisible. Is that saying over there? They become nearly invisible. It can be a real pain to track them, because they often don't just run in a straight line once they've been shot. They will run all over the place, so it can be quite tricky. And your map gives you no info. Like here, you've got tracks like this you can follow if you're losing them. There's nothing like that. Nothing to guide you in that sense. Like, alright, that's 1, 2. Are you standing up again? I asked you to crouch. Come on. There you go. Ha. Take a picture of a fallow deer within 50 meters. Well, considering you have to be standing, like, on top of them for it to count. I don't remember this one. Yeah, so tracking them can be a huge headache sometimes. I've spent well over 10 minutes trying to track an animal before, just because the blood splatters aren't, you know, I got a single lung shot or something like that, and it didn't leave a very clear blood trail, and then went into like a river and in sunlight, so real nightmare. You go through all that. You go through the slow crawling, much slower than this, like half the speed of this. Trying to find a mule deer with something that's actually within the possibilities of being what you want. Getting the shot, tracking the animal's blood trail to it. You find the animal, and you're after 40% fitness, and it's 45%. Doesn't count. Doesn't count at all. It's all that, like 40 minutes for like nothing. And I find the fitness levels wildly all over the place. So, you know, 45 is not bad when you're aiming for 40, but it's not really a case of, if this is a 1-star animal, its fitness is like, you know, 0 to 40, 2-star is like, you know, 10 to 50, and so on. It's nothing like that. You might harvest 1-star mature mule deer with a fitness of like 89%, and the next one that's a 1-star mature will have 11% fitness. It's just wildly over the top. I say over the top, I mean wildly, like, all over the place. It's just RNG. You'd think you have a 40% chance of it meeting the requirements, but no. It took me so many mule deer. The whole mission was to, like, ironically just pick off the weakest ones to leave the strongest, but you end up just massacring all the mule deer in the game in the hopes of getting the weak ones. And it's just annoying that it's not information you can look at, and that's me looking for some reason. It's not information that you can... God damn it, you had to be right in the bloody wind, didn't you? I'm trying to, like, get close enough to one, but it's not going to work if it's in the wind. I'm going to keep going this way. I need the wind as my friend. It's not something where, I mean, you take this game, there's no guarantees, but you look at this game, when you spot an animal, you get all that information like you can see now. The weight. Stop being south. You get the weight, and when you know animals' weights, it can help you work out its like trophy score. I mean, hell, you see the animal and it even comes up with its range of trophy scores. So you know, like I was saying earlier with that wild boar, oh, that's max weight because I've got it noted down. That's the biggest weight they are. Therefore, that one's most likely a gold, but it could be a diamond. But you still know, if you were looking for gold, if you needed a gold one, it's like, we'll keep following those tracks. This one I can't remember, might be silver. Keep going north, Jono. Keep going north. Yeah, just look at stuff like this. So that saves you a lot of time. If the mission was harvest a gold fallow deer, I can use that information to weed out the ones that aren't going to meet the requirement. So I don't spend ages tracking a female that, yeah, or a male that's like the lightest weight it can be. You know, it's great to just be able to be like, right, this is a roe deer, it's a female, it won't be diamond, like it won't be legible for a trophy. So if I'm looking for a diamond roe deer, no point following that. The game Way of the Hunter doesn't have that. It has tracks that show the paths animals take, but it gives you no actual information about animals. You can't track a specific animal. If you see like a 5-star animal, which is the equivalent of a diamond, I guess, and you spook it, you can't be like, oh, well, there's its tracks, I will follow it. You just basically have to move on. I'm not sure exactly how they work with their behaviors yet. I don't know whether you can use any tactics like if they were at a need zone, rest and come back and they might be there again. Which way is that going? Better sort of direction. So with the fitness thing, it's really annoying because it's one thing to be able to see an animal and know straight away, you know, well, this will or won't meet requirements. Okay, that may have been too loud. I don't know if it's going to still be there. I want that one, don't I? So that's kind of my only real gripe with the game, is some of the missions, anything based on fitness is a headache because you just are constantly harvesting animals in the hopes it will meet this number, and there isn't really any clear accuracy. I don't know if it's even just a bug that they'll patch and they'll fix it, but it would be almost like with this game if the weight of the animal had nothing to do with the trophy rating. So anything could be a diamond. It would just be a nightmare, like, because you just end up following every track. Yeah, you'd follow every track. Birds? They added birds to this reserve? Ah. Are they geese? So yeah. Why are your tracks not, your echoes not showing to me? Can I just not see them in this light? What I really need to do is get into cover and lure it to me, but I have no idea where the hell it is. So yeah, the fitness thing I'm not liking at all. The star rating is fine. I have no problem with that. And there are missions there like harvest a moose that's at least a 2-star rating. And it's like, okay, so I need a male because the females don't have any stars. I don't have birdshot, do I? Oh, no, no, I do. Canada goose. Yeah, I'll leave it. What have I done to that? Nothing. I thought I accidentally changed its ammo. Actually, let's call it again. I'm distracted talking about Way of the Hunter during Call of the Wild. So yeah, you might have a mission, harvest a moose from 2 stars or more, and it's like, okay, like, and then you can go out and it's like, you know, there's a moose, and you spot the moose, and you can see how many stars it is, and if it's 1 star, then you know, don't worry about it, it won't count for the mission. With the moose one, I spent forever trying to get a 2-star moose, but at least I didn't have to... Why do I keep doing that? It's like the 3rd time I've done that. I totally botched it once I whistled. Like, whistling totally fucked it up. I don't know what I've been playing where... I know what I've been playing. I've been playing Bioshock 2. I've been playing Bioshock 2 of all things, and Bioshock 2 has... You hold down R1 to bring up your weapon dial. So I keep pressing that to grab the camera. That's what it is. I was like, that's so weird. That's like the 3rd or 4th time I've whistled in this game, and I never whistle in this game. Not accidentally. Alright, so it's still there. It's nervous. We'll try this. So yeah, I spent ages trying to find a 2-star moose, and eventually I found a 3-star one, which meet the requirements. And I knew as soon as I saw it, it's 3 stars, it will work. Happy days. I don't have a problem with that. Like, spending forever trying to find something that meets the requirements. It's when you know, right off the bat, whether or not it meets the requirements. That's the problem. I don't want to have to shoot 10 elk to try and find one that's actually got the fitness level I need. It's just a really annoying situation. And especially because the game has... differences. There's like almost a butterfly effect for harvesting one gender over another. Like, the game really encourages you to mix up hunting. Don't just hunt high-starred males, because you'll actually end up making them not as common or something like that. Like, you want to sometimes just go out and pick off a female just to try and balance things. He's still running. This isn't going to do anything. If I hadn't pressed the frickin' whistle, would have been fine. Possibly. We're nearly out of time. I hadn't really planned on doing a full hour. So yeah, Way of the Hunter, if you're on the fence about it, I'd really just be saying there's some stuff that's really great about it. It's interesting having ammo for free, but it's basically limited to... You just refuel, I guess you'd say, at your weapons locker. You don't get to just decide, I'll have 100 bullets. So you actually have to remember to go back. Every now and then I'm like, oh, I've only got like 5 bullets left. I wasn't paying attention. The weapons and animals have tiers, kind of like the classes, but it's not so precise, if that's the word for it. A tier 6 animal doesn't necessarily need a tier 6 weapon to kill it. You can use whatever you want. It's just really about ethics. There's no penalty, it seems, for using the wrong type of weapon, which I find a little surprising because the game's got a big thing about ethical hunting, but it's all about energy. So you could use an overpowered weapon on an animal if you're so far away that by the time the bullet reaches the animal, the energy of the bullet hitting will meet their kind of, I'll say requirements, but like I said, you could use the most powerful gun on the smallest animal and there's no real penalty aside from X amount of the meat of the animal is lost from bullet damage. So, you know, basically if you shoot a duck with like the Empress Magnum I have, it's just going to burst the duck and there'll be little meat. So if there's not much meat, you won't get much money. But as for the ratings, I haven't seen anything that would imply that you're going to be penalized. It's not like this game. If you shoot a diamond deer in the head, you'll lose that diamond rating. This game seems to be like, I don't care, you shot a 5-star bird while it was on the ground, but it's still a 5-star bird. It's like, okay, like, yeah, it's strange there's no real penalty. I really want to get into this bush and be invisible. That's really key to completing this. I got lucky with them last time. Where are you? Within 50 meters. Come on, this is 50 meters. Thank you. Next will be like, shoot one. Harvest wildlife downed with a scoped weapon from A. They might mean from a hunting stand. I think that's what they mean. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for this episode. I was planning on going for about 40-ish minutes. I've been trying not to do a full hour video. Obviously, because a lot of talking and a lot of actual missions being completed means that this is going to be like a longer episode. But I will just say, regarding Way of the Hunter, so it's been such broken storytelling. Really should have just sat down and yabbered. There's some great stuff with it. Visually, it looks amazing. The story, I've just finished the storyline of, I guess, one reserve. I don't know if it's the only reserve. You're right by that rock. Can I get you? Oh, no, you're gone. You are out of here. That's fine. Yeah, visually it looks great. I love like the rivers and that, having actual running water, and it looks amazing. Like, it's great. I do respect the realism they're going for with the animals. It just can be frustrating sometimes. Animals like elk are super alert to you, and sometimes you'll be spooking them like over 200 meters away. You had no idea they were even there. That sort of thing. It just can get annoying at times. Depends on how much of a realistic game you want. That's really what it comes down to. If you are more than happy to spend an hour playing a game like this, and there's no... I don't know, what's the max thing? If I'd known there were going to be, like, Canadian geese in there, I would have bought the air rifle. Because there was a male, there was 6 to 7, and it's a 3. Is that maximum weight? I don't know if it's 3 or 5. I can't remember with geese. Probably 5, because there was a female, there was a 3, wasn't there? There's a 2. There's a 2. I'm sure I saw a 3, there was a female. Yeah. No. I mean, no, not male and female. It must go to 5. Pretty sure that they do. I think I got a 5 in a goose. Let's have a look. Yeah, Way of the Hunter got a lot of great things going for it. Storyline's really good. I actually enjoyed that. Having a character that talks and interacts and that was great. Yeah, real engaging story. Most of the missions have been fairly... I've probably jinxed it now, but... can I... hello? Okay, thank you. Yeah, so that's a silver. Got it right in its tail. I like how they're so generous with the birds, with like, no matter where you shoot it, it doesn't affect the vital organ and intact trophy organs. You can shoot it in the frickin' head and it doesn't matter. But yeah, maybe I'll grab my air rifle because you can shoot them while they're grounded, and I know a lot of people frown on that, but it's so much easier. Yeah, so, I don't know, if you're on the fence about Way of the Hunter, I'd really just ask yourself, do you want a game where, yeah, you could spend an hour just moving slower than this, half the speed of this, constantly, because animals are always just around the corner. Well, I say they're always just around the corner, but they could always be just around the corner, and you'll spook them off. And you spend an hour doing that, and you come across nothing. If that's your idea of enjoyment, by all means, check out Way of the Hunter. If you want something more action-packed, well, even this game's not a run around guns blazing non-stop, but I would say, like, this game holds your hand a lot more. In some ways, I feel are just much nicer. Like, the actual being able to track a specific animal after you've spooked it, I like that aspect of this game. I like having individual tracks that you can follow. I like blood splatters showing up on your map when you spot them, so you can actually work out where an animal's gone. Stuff like that. Yeah, too early for me to say right now, because like I said, I think there's a lot of things where it's like, you didn't really like this about the game, but if you actually read into it, did your homework, you could see this is how that works, that's why you're having troubles with this mission or whatnot. Yeah, it's definitely something that I accept that there could be problems on my end, definitely, most definitely, but I do think once I've done all the missions in Way of the Hunter, I don't see it being a game that I'm just going to fire up and run around trying to get 5-star animals. You know, it's nothing like this. This is a game that I can decide, you know, well, I'm going to head to Tiararoa and I'm just going to see if I come across anything, you know, any diamonds or anything like that. Or I could be like, you know, I'm going to actually focus on grinding for a diamond, so I'm going to start doing that and really enjoy that. But Way of the Hunter, no, I think I'll finish it. Any DLC that comes for it, I'll give that a go, but I don't see it being a like play it like hours an hours on end, like, trying to make content for it. So, anyway, first episode, we nailed a whole bunch of missions. I wasn't expecting this many. We're already nearly halfway through Jager's numbered missions. I mean, this one, I actually need to remember, bring a tent. Bring a tent, because we'll be back here, and there's no convenient outposts. But yeah, it's this area that I'm concerned about. That's Bondorf Canyon, home of the red deer that don't live there, but we'll deal with that another time. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, and take it easy.